Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It is Thursday, April 3rd. Quick look at the Major League games from tonight. There was only five, so it shouldn't take too long. Of course, today is a moving day for a lot of the teams, and some of the teams are off today because they haven't been home since spring training started in the middle of February. So they probably flew home last night, some of them, and they are getting reacquainted with their families for a day or so, and then back at it on Friday for the most part. So anyway, Thursday's games, as I said, only five. We'll do the question of the day first. This is actually quite an easy one. I think it should be. Um, and then we will get right into the games. So now this is an old question because things have changed since this was written. At one time, Babe Ruth was the home run leader in Major League Baseball, 714 home runs. So the question is, who broke Babe Ruth's career home run record? Put that in the comments down below, your answer. I think everybody should be able to get that one, but you never know. It happened quite some time ago, and there's been more people have broken the at the time current record. So let's look at the games from today. As I said, five games. First game was this morning, Boston and Baltimore. Again, I was working, so I was cleaning windows outside, so I was able to listen to the game. Uh, it was I enjoyed the game, and I really enjoyed the Baltimore broadcasters. They it wasn't just about Baltimore or even about the game. In some instances, they talked about things going on around the league as the game was going on. So provided me with some insight because there's stuff that I miss not being able to watch all of every game. That's impossible. So anyway, Boston, Baltimore, two home runs in the first and second inning staked the Red Sox to an 8-4 win over the Orioles in Baltimore. Alex Bregman and Christian Campbell hit the early dingers, and then Tristan Casas added another four-bagger in the seventh to add some insurance to the Red Sox victory. Cedric Mullins hit his third home run of the season for the Orioles, leading off the bottom of the first to get the Orioles within one run early, but that was as close as Baltimore got. Zach Kelly picked up the win in relief of Boston starter Tanner Houck, and Charlie Morton took the loss for the Orioles, despite striking out 10 batters over 5 innings. The line score from that game, the Red Sox, 8 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. The Orioles, 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Kelly with the win is now 1-0. Morton with the loss is 0-2. The next game, Colorado at Philadelphia. That game was going on at the same time. In fact, I switched over to that game as soon as the Baltimore game ended, and it ended virtually at the same time. So I didn't get to listen to any of that. I was hoping to catch the end of it. So Colorado at Philadelphia. The Phillies improved to 5-1 with a 3-1 victory over the Rockies in Philadelphia. Kyle Schwarber scored twice for the Phillies, reaching base on an error and scoring on Bryce Harper's double in the fifth inning, and then hitting a leadoff home run in the seventh frame, his fourth of the season, to give the Phils a 2-run cushion. Taijuan Walker picked up the win, going 6 innings and scattering 3 hits, while Jose Alvarado picked up the save, and Antonio Senzatella took the loss, allowing 1 run over 5.1 innings. And the line score, the Phillies 3 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error. The Rockies 1 run, 8 hits, and 1 error. With the win, Walker is now 1-0. The loss, Senzatella is 0-1, and Alvarado picked up his first save. The next game, no, these were the day games. Or no, we got one more day game. This one started a little later. Houston at Minnesota. The Astros snapped their 3-game losing streak with a 5-2 win over the Twins at Target Field. After spotting the Twins' 2 first-inning runs, the Astros got back-to-back home runs from Christian Walker and Jeremy Pena in the second inning to draw even, and added 2 more runs in the fourth and another in the sixth to get the win. Hunter Brown threw 6 innings of 5-hit baseball, settling down after the Twins scored in the first. getting eight strikeouts while allowing 2 hits after the first frame. Josh Hader went 3 up, 3 down to get the save. Joe Ryan took the loss for the Twins. Their line score, Houston 5 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. The Twins 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors. Brown is now 1-1 with the win. Ryan is 0-1 with the loss. And that was Hader's 3rd save of the season. Now, night baseball, Arizona at the Yankees. I was looking forward to this, seeing how the Diamondbacks would do, as they have so far done well with the Yankees, but today it wasn't to be. The Yankees built a 6-run lead after 4 innings, then held on to defeat the Diamondbacks 9-7 in New York. Home runs by Aaron Judge, Trent Grisham, and Jazz Chisholm Jr. had the Yankees ahead 9-3 after 4, and it looked as though Arizona was done and dusted, but a grand slam by Geraldo Perdomo in the 7th got the Diamondbacks to within striking distance before Mark Leiter Jr. and Luke Weaver came out of the bullpen to quell the uprising. Carlos Carrasco got the win, going 5 1/3 innings, while Weaver picked up a save. Merrill Kelly took the loss for Arizona, allowing 9 runs in 3 2/3 innings. The line score, the Yankees 9 runs, 12 hits, no errors. The Diamondbacks 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Carrasco with the win is now 1-0. Kelly is now 1-1 with the loss and has an ERA of 10. Weaver picked up his 1st save of the season. And the final game of the day, and this is very interesting, this Cincinnati at Milwaukee. The Brewers defeated the Reds 1-0 in Milwaukee, handing the Reds their 3rd straight 1-0 defeat. Jackson Chourio scored the only run of the game, leading off with a double and scoring on a Sal Frelick single. I think that was in the 4th inning. The run was unearned. In the 3 losses, Reds pitchers have given up 2 earned runs. In a cruel twist of fate, the unearned run today came on an error by Reds starter Nick Lodolo, who took the loss. Nestor Cortes got the win for the Brewers, allowing 1 hit over 6 innings and striking out 6 batters. Joel Payamps picked up the save. As I said, Lodolo took the loss. Cortes with the win. The line score. The Brewers 1 run, 5 hits and 1 error. The Reds, no runs, 2 hits and 1 error. Cortes with the win is 1-1. Lodolo is also 1-1 with the loss. His ERA is at 1.42 now. Payamps, that was his 1st save. That was I think that they said sometime in the 60s that last happened, that the Reds had gone 3 games in a row losing 1-0. Surprising that it has ever happened. Really, that's quite a feat. But I guess it does. They play so many games, and that it's quite likely that something like that could happen. I suppose it's hard to imagine. Now, there's one thing I want to talk about because it's been short here. Today, Tanner Houck threw, what did I say? 4, I believe it was 4 2/3 innings for the Red Sox. Let's have a look here. I didn't write it down, but I think it was 4 2/3 innings. It wasn't 5 innings, so he doesn't get credit for the victory as the starter because you have to go 5 innings. And when he left the game, he was leading 5-3. Actually, he went 4 complete. And he was leading 5-3. The Red Sox were leading 5-3. The way the pitching is now, when they're so concerned about the length of the game, or number of pitches that a pitcher can throw and all of that kind of stuff, I don't see why a starter can't get credit for the win no matter how many innings he pitches, because relief pitchers, for instance, Zach Kelly, he pitched an inning today, I think, and he got credit for the win, so why can't a starter get that credit? I know there are people that are lamenting the demise of the starting pitcher, but you know what? The way these guys throw now and the pressure they put on their arms, it's I don't think you're going to see too many pitchers going long games anymore. Like 99 pitches for Evaldi the other night in a 9 inning game. That's certainly not going to be the norm. I'm sure that is, and it's early, but I'm sure that is the only complete game that's been pitched so far this year, and there won't be many more. Believe me, I'll bet there isn't. There's 2,000. What's the number? 2,340 major league games in a season. Double that because there's two pitchers. I'll bet you there isn't 100 complete games this year. I could be wrong, but it wouldn't surprise me. So I don't. Again, I don't think that a starting pitcher, should have to go 5 innings. And you look at the way things are now with the pitchers, they are throwing less pitches, but I think, or less innings, or less pitches, or however you want to say it. Yet, I'm sure there are more injuries than ever before with pitchers. It's a tough position, and the way they make the ball move, and the speed at which they make the ball move. I don't know. I don't. I just think that you don't need to throw 5 innings, even if you're the starter, to get credit for a win. You get credit for a loss if you throw less than 5 innings, but you don't get credit for a win. Not right for me, as far as I'm concerned. That's just me. I don't know if there was anything else I had written down here. No, there wasn't, other than to say that tomorrow there are 14 games as everybody gets back. Just about everybody gets back into action. There'll be a game first thing in the morning. Lucky me, I will be working again and cleaning windows. About the time I usually start about 10 o'clock now, and most jobs are 3-4 hours. And this, so tomorrow I'll be able to watch or listen to the White Sox and the Tigers while I'm working. I don't listen when I'm inside a house. I just listen when I'm outside a house, and it's just outside tomorrow for 3 or 4 hours, and I'll have the Tigers and the White Sox to entertain me while that's going on. Maybe even switch over. See, there's games at our time here just after 11. The Cardinals and the Red Sox and the Padres and the Cubs get going early as well, and then the Blue Jays and the Mets at noon Pacific time. But that's for tomorrow. So that's it for today, other than the question of the day, the answer. So, as I said, this shouldn't be too hard. Who broke Babe Ruth's career home run record? Was Hank Aaron, who hit his 715th home run, I believe, in the second or third game of the 1975 season. I should know that. I saw it, I watched it, but I didn't. But I can't remember the date. But the one thing that I took from that, and I've seen clips in later years, and was Hank Aaron was rounding the bases after hitting that home run. He two young men came out on the field to congratulate him. I wonder what would have happened to those young men in today's day and age, because I think they would have been wrestled to the ground. But they were just kind of let go. But, and I've heard this since I asked about that, and I can't remember who mentioned it, but and I probably just researched and read it. Because of the death threats that Hank Aaron was getting at the time, there were people there to protect him, and those two young men that came onto the field apparently were very lucky they weren't shot. Had they pulled a gun or something, they would have been. And wouldn't that have been something to see on national television? Yikes. Anyway, that's it for the day. A short day today because, of course, less games. So I'd like to ask you, if you haven't done so already, please hit like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate your support. So until tomorrow, I will talk to you again soon.